Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank you all for participating in this public talk today. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sani, and I am your moderator for today's event. We are very honored to have our speakers today, Professor Dr. Shelly Hsiu-Lan, with us today. How are you, Prof?
Unmute me, yes. Thank you.
Okay,
yes, I'm very good from Taiwan.
Okay, nice to hear. Okay, before we start, let me briefly introduce our beloved speaker's background.
Okay.
Professor Dr. Shelly Hsiu-Lan earned her PhD from University of Iowa. Currently, she is professor at the Department of Educational Psychology and Counseling, National Taiwan Normal University. She also had some professional experience, such as exchange scholar sponsored by National Science Council in Taiwan, visiting Fulbright scholar, convener, International Affairs Division of Taiwan Guidance and Counseling Association, executive supervisor, Taipei Counseling Psychologists Association, and many more. She also published some books and journal articles, such as The Practice of Career Counseling in Taiwan, 2018, Career Adaptability, Employability, and Career Resilience of ASEAN People, 2017, The Relationship between Social Support and Career Adaptability, 2021, and many more. Okay, today's topic is internationalization of counseling, integrating the Western theories and practices into the local ways. So, Prof, based on our today's topic, what is internationalization of counseling, and how to integrate the Western theories and practices into the local ways, and is it possible to integrate? So, without further ado, I would like to welcome our beloved speakers today to give her talk on this topic. I pass the session to you, Prof.
Okay. Thank you very much for the introduction. I'm very glad to have the chance to have the talk with you all in Malaysia, although I cannot be there physically. However, I think my experiences here in Taiwan, we can learn each other from our university because I learned the theory in the United States from the University of Iowa. When I come back from the US, I also think about the question about how to apply the Western theories into my practical work in Taiwan, because counseling is really important, but the cultural diversity is also a very important issue. So I will share with you about my experiences here, especially my department, how we apply for the Western theories into Taiwan. In Taiwan, actually, the Chinese culture is very different from the Western culture. So in Taiwan, back in Taiwan, we have different kind of helpers on campus. For example, we have the counseling psychologist in university and the community, basically. But in primary school and the middle school, we have guidance teacher. They do curriculum, they teach every week. Just like other faculty members, other teachers. We have math teacher, science teacher, English teacher, different kind of teachers, but we also have the guidance teachers. They teach every week, also about 2 or 3 classes in 1 week. In addition to that, we also have the school counselor. They only do counseling, basically. They don't teach, they just do the counseling work. So we have different kind of training system for those particular helpers. Okay, so the Taiwan here, Malaysia is here. So we are not very far from here, far from to each other, maybe 4 hours by flying. Yeah. Okay, here is my background. I'm currently the Dean of the College of Education. And before that, I'm the department head. Also, just like the introduction about my past experiences. I'm several president of the professional association, and I also do some sabbatical research in the United States, particularly with Maryland, with the professor Clara Hill in Maryland. She is a very famous professor in counseling skills. I think maybe many people heard about her name. And also, my specialty is in vocational psychology and also the training and supervision in counseling. In career counseling, I involved a lot in National Career Development Association in the United States, and I got 2 awards from the association. In the coming June, I will go to Chicago for the annual conference. Because that is the first physical conference after the pandemic. So many people will go. Okay, our department. This is a brief report about our department. We start in 1966, and actually that is only a laboratory, not a department. So we have the psychology laboratory 50 years ago. And after that, we have kind of psychology group, and then we have more faculty members in that area, so we set up our department in 1968. Also in that time, the period of time, we have the bachelor degree students. They graduate and then they can teach in high school. So that is the important part why we have the particular department. That is for teachers in middle school and high school. They work as the guidance teacher, teach something about how to improve yourself, how to realize yourself, how to get a growth personally, how to realize your personality, how to collaborate with others, how to communicate with others. So that is a kind of courses in guidance. And in 1979, we have the master program. And several years after, we have the doctoral program. So now we have doctoral, master, and bachelor degree. In addition to that, we also have the evening classes, just like the program you have during the weekend for the service workers. Now they work during the daytime and come back to learn during the weekend or at evening. Yeah. So that is the objectives of our department. This is the historical standing of our 3 programs. And master program, the evening classes is another one. I didn't put it here, but that is also very popular for the people in community, and also some governors also come to our program to study. Yeah, this is the faculty members in our department. We have totally 25 faculty members. In addition to that, we have 4 staff members. Here is the lineup of the students. We have totally more than 500 students. Doctoral 84, master program 142, and the evening master program we have 93 students. For the bachelor degree students, we have 190. You can see that we have more students in master and doctoral program, because not many students in the undergraduate program want to be a teacher in the future, and because we do not have many children now. People getting older and older, so we should have more courses about how to take care of the aged people in the future. Yeah. Okay, here are the facilities. Many facilities are for experimental psychology, but also for the computer statistics. That is also important. In addition to that, I think the most important part is the group counseling room. This is a committee, the conference room, and we do have many individual counseling room, at least four to six individual counseling room. Here is the assessment instrument in our department, and also the books, some journal articles, database also important. We also purchase that from the APA. This is our journal. We got a lot of award from the government. The data is old. We also have many awards recently. And I'm currently the editor of that journal bulletin of educational psychology. Okay, for the training, basically we learned from the United States. So the system here in Taiwan also based on the training content in the United States. This is the overview of what I am going to talk later. We have the bylaw for psychologists, and we will talk about the training and qualification of being a counseling psychologist, how to get the license, how to get certificate, and do the practice in counseling. And in addition to that, we also have to have the continuing education for being a counseling psychologist. For example, you have to take about 72 hours in the 6 years to continue your license. Another part is international education in NTNU. In our department, we have some international communication with people from the students from different countries. So maybe we can also have some interaction to each other to each other in the future. And the last one is suggestions for counseling. Okay, in terms of the bylaw, we do have the law of psychologist. That is a very important, very important law. Because of the law, our department become more and more popular. Because in nowadays, the society people needs to be health. So many people want to be a psychologist, or maybe many people want to have psychologists to talk with them. Okay, so the Ministry of Health and Welfare, they set up the law, and it is published. That is the first edition is in 2001, so it's quite a long time ago. And then after several years, we have the revision. The latest revision is in 2016. Now we are going to do some revision recently. And the main content is for the license. And after you got the license, you could be named as a counseling psychologist. We also have the clinical psychologist. The same law set up the two kinds of psychologists. And to be licensed, you have to pass the national license examination. And if you want to take the examination, you have to be trained as the psychologist. So you have to take 7 courses. I will talk about that later. And for the psychologist to be a formal worker, they have to register. So they have to join the association, the guild association in different areas. For example, I am in Taipei. We have the Taipei's Counseling Psychologist Association. So I have to join as a member of that association to be a psychologist and attend some of the continuing courses in this particular area. And if you do something unethical, you will get some penalty. We have the ethical committee. They will judge if you are qualified, if you obey any or disobey any ethical issue. For the training, in the United States, they need to have the doctoral degree to be a psychologist. But in Taiwan, master level is okay. So it's different from in the United States. And the 7 area courses, including part-time practicum and also the full-time internship. Here, 1 year full-time internship is necessary. And also we have to pass the national license examination. In Taiwan, we have several training programs in Taiwan Normal University, Kaohsiung, Zhanghua, in central part of Taiwan. And we also have many different kind of university of education, about 6 of them. That's similar to the Teachers College around Taiwan. And for the university and the Teachers College here, they not only train psychologists, they also train the guidance teacher and also the counselor, professional counselor. In our university, NTNU, we train, for the undergraduate program, we train the middle and high school teachers and then the counselor, professional counselors. They do counseling. They teach guidance courses, just like I mentioned. For the guidance teacher, they teach. For the counselor, they do counseling. For the psychologist, it has to be in master degree. The counseling psychology program in our university, we also have doctoral program. But for the students, they get into the doctoral program just because they want to be advanced in the professional area. Most of them graduate and teach in university, or some of them will create their own business, their own center, community center for counseling. They start their own business in counseling. Okay, the 7 areas. I think that's similar to your program in Malaya. We can see that counseling theories is one area. Not only the introduction to counseling, but also we have some contemporary theories in counseling. For example, narrative counseling, family system, family theory, family therapy in school setting or in community, and also chaos theory applied in career counseling. So many different kind of contemporary theories in counseling. That's also important. So we will include those contemporary theories in our training. For the helping skills, just like the techniques, the courses you have in your university, that's also important. In addition to that, we have psychological testing and diagnosis, especially for career diagnosis and also abnormal symptom diagnosis. Group counseling is another issue we think are very important. And every student have to lead the group before they graduate. Even for the undergraduate program, they also have to know how to lead a group, because they will do that in practice in middle school, and also in primary school. They also have to know how to lead the small group. And health psychology is another issue. Abnormal psychology, also professional ethics. So these are 7 areas we think are very important. I think totally for the master program, they have to take about 33 credit hours before they graduate, plus master thesis. They have to write the master thesis before they graduate. But many of them don't like to write the paper. Most of them prefer to be a counseling psychologist, but they have to know how to write the paper. They should know how to read the paper, because they have to gain a new knowledge in counseling area. Okay, this is a framework of courses in counseling psychology. Theories in counseling techniques, research method, specific topics in counseling, And also practice, we have the part-time practicum courses and also the full-time internship. For the undergraduate, they also have to spend 1 year, part-time 1 year in middle or high school to teach, and also do the counseling work, individual counseling and group counseling in middle school, just nearby the university in Taipei area. Okay, as I mentioned, there will be 33 credits in master program if you want to get the certificate about being a counselor. You have to get a certificate that you finish all the courses and then take the national examination. Professional identity, counseling theory, helping skills, research method, thesis writing and evaluation, practical internship, ethics in counseling and psychodiagnosis, intervention and process of counseling. And in addition to that, we have advanced courses in doctoral program. And some of the master program students, they can take the courses in doctoral program. And for the doctoral students, they can also come to take the master program courses, which is 26 credit hours. Okay, all the courses descriptions are in the internet for the students to have a look. This is the curriculum map for undergraduate. So you can see that this is the first year, two semester, second year, third year, fourth year, and these are the job they can get after they graduate. So we have different kind of choices. They can be a middle school teacher, high school teacher. They can also be a research. Some of them will work as a research assistant, or be a research in some laboratory. And they can also go to the community counseling center to work as the administration staff, not doing counseling, because if they want to do the counseling, they have to get the master program in community. But for the school system, you only have to get the bachelor degree, but you have to pass the examination as a guidance counselor, professional counselor, and also guidance teacher. You also have to take the examination to be qualified as a guidance teacher or counselor. And after you after you get the qualification, you still have to go to the particular primary school or middle school to take the examination, and then they hire you. And after that, they hire you. If you get the certificate, you still cannot work as a counselor. But if you get the examination in particular school, particular city, then you could work as a counselor or teacher. And also in some, we also have a lot of enterprising job company, so they can also work in different kind of company. Also, they can get the national examination to be a test or guidance counselor in the city government. Okay, this is the curriculum map. Okay, and for College of Education, in the College of Education level, we have different kind of courses they can take, and that is about statistics and research method. Okay, here is the license examination, national, that is a national examination. After that, if you pass, then you can work as a counselor or counseling psychologist. National license examination, we have the examination, at first we have twice a year, but now we have only one time a year because not many people take the examination. So one time a year. Qualification for taking the examination, you have to have the master degree. You have to take the courses in 6 areas plus part-time practicum, and then 1 year full-time internship. It means 1,500 hours. So work every day. And then you have to take the examination. Yeah. Okay, for being a counselor in middle or high school, they have to pass the examination first as being a teacher in March. And then in May, June, there will be many different kind of examinations in different cities. They will pass the examination and then work in the particular city. Yeah. But since we do not have many children now, students are less and less, so sometimes they don't hire formal teachers, they just hire the substitute teachers. So it's hard for the students to be guidance counselor in primary or middle high school. That's the reason why many of them will go to the master program and get a license for being a counseling psychologist. Here is the teacher examination, professional guidance counselor. Two kinds of examination. All of them are hosted by individual schools. See, the school hosts the examination. If I need 2 counselors, I will announce that we need 2 guidance counselors. You can come to our school to take the examination, and they will, after they pass the examination, they will do the interview. After the interview, they hire you. So it's hard. There are not many vacancies now. Okay, for the continuing education, we have many different kind of courses, trainings proposed by different associations or university or different community college and different associations. Totally, you have to take the 120 points. That is credit hours in 6 years, because we have to renew our license every 6 years. Okay, and within the 120 points, there should be some compulsory courses. For example, ethics, law, infection issue, like the HIV/AIDS, and also the gender issue is important. And all the 120 points should be courses, lectures, conference, forums. They are accredited by the association. It means that you cannot take the course, the credit hours in other organizations which are not accredited by the association, approved by the Ministry of Health and Welfare. So particular courses you have to take to get progress, to get the new ideas. For example, the government have some new law. Then we also have to know something about the new law related to violence kind of issue. Yeah. And the Taiwan Guidance and Counseling Association, Counseling Psychologist Association, they have a lot of courses which are accredited by the Ministry of Health and Welfare. Okay. For the international education, that is the intercommunication between our university and the university other than NTNU. For example, we have the contract with Missouri. We have several different kinds of contract. For example, the doctoral exchange program. Our students can go to Missouri for 1 year. We also have a double degree, the dual degree. For example, in the undergraduate, our students spend 3 years here and 2 years in Missouri. In Missouri, they take the master programs courses. Then they can get the bachelor degree in Taiwan, and then the master degree in MU. For the master program students, we have 1+1 program. our master degree students spend one year here in NTNU and another year in Missouri. Then they can get double master degree. We also have the short-term visiting every other years, except for the during the pandemic, we don't have the visiting activity. But now we will start to have the exchange program. In addition to Missouri, we also have the interaction with North Texas University, also in Texas, in the United States. Okay, for Malaysia, we have the New Era College in with the New Era College, but now because they also have bachelor degree, so the contract didn't continue. Other universities around the world for exchange programs, but no degree, many kind of MOU with different kind of university. Usually 1 year exchange with scholarship. The university will provide a scholarship for the students to get into different university other than NTNU. For example, this is for the agreement with Missouri, University of Missouri in Columbia. Yeah. We have a doctoral exchange agreement. You have to apply, and the university will see whether you are qualified. After that, sometimes you also have to be qualified. For example, you need to have the high score in TOEFL or IBT, and you also have to take some courses. After some courses, then go to the other university. Master dual degree program, you have to apply. Not every student can pass not every students can go. They need to have good English ability. For example, the TOEFL test, CBT test, GRE, and also have to have the letter of recommendation. Usually our faculty member encourage them to do this kind of exchange. In the past few years, we have more than 10 students getting the dual degree. So the program is very popular. We even have some high school students. They know that we have the dual degree program, so they apply our university. They just want to come to our university, come to our program just because of the dual degree cooperation with other university. Yeah. Okay, this is another example. Here are some pictures about our interaction. Here we signed a MOU. Their faculty member come to our university. And here is the schedule for communication. They visit us for 2 weeks. So we have the welcome party for them. They get into our courses. Some of our faculty members teach them. And then they also have 1 day to visit different university or high school. And then they also have some trip to go to the museum and free time. Also free time for them. So basically, see our faculty member here provide courses for them, and they also have the partner. They also have partner. So the partner in our university will help them to do the city tour, see the free time, all the free time they can communicate to each other. And finally, we have the farewell party. That party not only talk and eat, they also have a report about what they have learned during the past 2 weeks, not only for them, but also for our university students. So this kind of exchange program is very prosperous or very popular for the students. Okay, these are all the faculty members in our university. We present different kind of topics to them. Students have some different kind of activities. They have a lot of formal and informal communication. This is visiting to a high school, and also go to the Buddhist temple to do some mindfulness exercise. Okay, this is the Palace Museum. This is night market. Here is the Danshui River in Taipei area. Yeah. And here is the report, the final report about what they have learned in Taiwan. They have some exchange. See some activities. Very popular program. Yeah. In addition to that, we also have some exchange program with St. John's University, and as I mentioned, we also have many other MOU with different universities. Short-term summer program. The UBC and UCLA, we will bring our students go to the two university to learn during the summer, and then they can get the 6 credit hours from our university. Okay, and we have the bilateral conference in Chinese society, Taiwan, China, Hong Kong, and Macau. This conference is in Chinese, so it's easier for the people in the 4 areas. We will continue the conference this year in the coming July. Yeah. We also have a lot of international conference. During the pandemic, we have that in internet, but now we all do that physically. Okay, with South Africa, we also have the research collaboration. Sometimes we got the support from the Ministry of Science, Scientific and Technology, so that we can get some financial support to do the conference and also the research project. Here are some suggestions for training and research collaboration internationally. Yesterday and the day before yesterday, I talked with the students in Malaya. I think probably we can also have some exchange cooperation in the future. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Here is my presentation. Yeah. Thank you. I'm done. Any questions you want to talk?
Question?
Yes.
I guess there is a general question for you, Prof. In your experience or opinion, how to convince local councillor to apply other state or such as Western theories in his or her practice as a local councillor? In your experience or opinion, Prof, what do you think?
Yes, when we do the counseling, the cultural issue is very important, and also with different clients, they have different background, different belief. Their personal belief are very different. So most of the time, some principle from the Western culture is important. For example, we respect the client and we listen. So in Taiwan, when I do the counseling, I also listen and reflect what I have heard to the client, so that he knows that he was understood, and then we can continue to communicate. So some principles are general applied in Taiwan. We can apply the general principle, but for some particular cultural difference, for example, people in Taiwan, they always want to listen for suggestions. So I will give them some ideas for them to choose. They don't have to make the decision right away, but I will provide them some of the ways to solve the problem. That is based on the Chinese culture, because people usually want to listen for the opinions, specific opinions or suggestions. So I will satisfy them to provide them some suggestions, and then can make the decision by themselves after the counseling section. They can discuss with their parents, they can discuss with their friends. So still have to make some revision based on the local culture. Yeah, that's my answer. Mhm. Your mic.
I forgot. Sorry, Prof. Okay. Next question is for myself, Prof. So I'm interested. Some from your slide that you choose. You did some program for the foreign students, right? So based on our topic today, so what the outcome from their activities? I mean, from the perspective of the foreign student.
Okay, so you mean the foreign students in our university, or our students interact with the foreign student? Excuse me?
Foreign student.
For foreigner students.
Yes.
Yeah, in our university, we also have many different. We also have foreign students from different countries, especially from South Asia. We have many people from Malaysia and also Philippines, Vietnam. Yeah, and then that we encourage people to communicate with them, and then they learned a lot from our university. So we are very welcome the foreign students come to our university. Mike.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. I think that's all for our public talk today. Thank you very much for spending your time to share with us your expert takes on this topic today, Prof. For the viewers, before we end our session today, please fill up your attendance via link provided in the comment section. So, Prof, your willingness to share some of ideas and tips is very much appreciated, and I'm sure that all of us have something to take away from this session today. With that, I would like to end this session by also thanking to our viewers or audience for taking part in our public talk today. So thanks again, Prof, for your time and sharing. I think we can hear more in the future from you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you.